Okay, so based on yesterday's notes, you should be able to take this equation. You don't even need to graph it in your calculator. Just by looking at this equation, there are four things I see. I see this, I see this, I see this, and I see this. Those four things, you can get four different transformations. The four things I see in this equation, now you could graph it in your calculator and you can see it that way, that's totally fine. But just by looking at the equation, does everyone see that negative out front? Looking at step one from our notes over here, what does that negative mean? What? Reflects over the x. Look right here, look. A negative in front of the x means it reflects over the x-axis, okay? Now, the next thing right here, the 0.5, is that greater or less than 1? 0.5, is that greater or less than 1? Less. Now, if it's less than 1, is that a vertical stretch or compression? Which one? Compression. Look right here. Between 0 and 1 is a vertical compression. All right. Next thing, y'all see this negative sign in front of the x? What does that negative sign in front of the x on the inside mean? Negative in front of the x, what does that mean? Reflects over the y-axis. It's all right here, right? I mean, if you see the thing, it tells you what it is, right? Okay. Match it up with these notes, okay? So I know it's going to do that as well. Last thing, there's a -7. Is that -7 an insider or an outsider? It's after the square root sign. It's an outsider, so is that up, down, left, right? Is it a liar or no? What do you think? Insider's lie, but this is on the outside. So no lie, and it's vertical down 7, okay? So this is one of these right here. So if I were to write the four transformations, the first one we said was a reflect over x. The second one we said was a vertical compression. Vertical compression. The third one is a reflect over y. And then the last one is down 7, a shift down 7, okay? So those are the transformations. So I want you to know that you can theoretically look at the equation and get the transformations, right? Now, yesterday I gave you your assignment already, okay? Hopefully you didn't fold it. Break my heart. All right, so now you should have 6.1 from yesterday. Otherwise, you know where to get it over here. I'm going to come around and see everyone do number 1, okay? Because some people just get stuck and they think it's like social hour. So it's not that hard. If you hear my voice, I can explain it. You'll understand it real quick. First of all, can you type this equation into the graphing calculator and graph it? Okay. Now you say yes, but some of us are typing things in wrong. Don't forget the negative sign. It matters if it's on the inside or on the outside. So I bet you, well, I don't want to bet against you, but I might think some people might accidentally type in number 1 wrong. Okay. So let me write this on the board. There's a difference between square root of x plus 5 and square root of x plus 5. Do you see how one has the 5 underneath and one is after it? That matters. That little distinction matters. So be careful. If you can graph it, how do you get a table? Control what? Control T. So if you can graph this equation, get Control T, you're halfway there. The next thing you do is you look at your little table, find some, as they used to say when you were younger, pretty points, okay? Or just points that are on the grid, that's what I will call them, okay? And then you plot them on your little graph here, okay? So again, there's like this way to do it where you're like analyzing the equation, you're thinking about it, and But I'm telling you, you can just graph it, Control T, plot the points, get your graph. I'm going to come down the row and see everyone do number one, so don't get stuck, okay? And then I'm going to let you have this class time to work on it. There's plenty of problems to do. Do you see how like there's like probably way too much to do here? So like you really just need to get going. So if you plan on socializing and doing weird stuff, don't do that, okay? New year, new you. Good grades. No one's failing yet. After today, we'll see. Okay, here we go.
Well, if I didn't, it would have